Alright, good morning. Back with the build thing. So this was the build I was talking about doing last time, pre-patch notes. Um, After patch notes, I I'm on the fence about Forge Guard because I didn't really upgrade it as much as they didn't change it as much as I figured they might. But I mean, Forge Strike seems much better. So this is one of the versions I thought about playing, is focusing on using the set at first. And using Smelter's Wrath to get, big damage and armor shred, increasing my, all my damage or whatever, having a kill threshold attack, this kind of thing. I thought it would be pretty fun to use. And then just Ring of Shields, because Ring of Shields gives you additional fire damage and percent fire damage. So Ring of Shields is a pretty huge buff. And I think Ring of Shields might be a better buff for this than Volatile Reversal, maybe. And it's more of a defensive cooldown as well. But Volatile Reversal is probably still a little more powerful, but I'm not sure. The thing I'm coming into issue with is Forge Strike costs a lot of mana when you're doing it. So I might transition into something like this when I have enough mana, but at the beginning I don't think I'm going to have enough mana. So if I go to something even changing it to something like this, where I'm using Void Cleave as a buff instead of Smelter's Wrath because of the whole mana issue. And Void Cleave would be good because it's going to, give my minions +5 buff. And then the global +15 buff here. This is a lot of extra damage, flat damage for the weapons, especially because the weapons gained more survivability, but they lost some damage, so this would kind of balance that out a bit. Yeah, I was looking into but also using Healing Hands in melee should keep the weapons alive, I would think, because it's going to proc whenever I hit things in melee, and hopefully the area is enough to heal the weapons that are fighting with me. Manifest Armor hasn't changed. I thought about dropping Manifest Armor and putting in Volatile Reversal here. So doing this with just Forge Strike and Void Cleave and not using Manifest Armor at all. That might be the play. The other option is to go multistrike as the primary skill and remove the no cooldown thing. So it's multi-strike until max and then just summon all the weapons with one Forge Strike. The other option is to use Forge Strike without weapons. Don't use weapons and just do the damage version of Forge Strike. Because if you want to summon all the weapons here, you do this. So that's also an option. If you're gonna do that though, you're probably not gonna play. You're not gonna play Void Cleave. Probably not gonna play Manifest Armor. You might do something completely different, which I'm kind of looking at as well, like a multi-strike Forge Strike, but the Forge Strike is for damaging, not for summoning weapons. That's the kind of the updates on the build. The passives have changed a bit because I'm going for some of the if I go the multi-strike version, I'm going to take this to get the health and mana gained when I use it. I just haven't really updated it yet. I'd probably reduce these two, maybe keep that. I don't know about this. Yeah, something like that. Forge Guard, I put a crap ton of points into this. Get the bonus damage with a sword or axe. Get physical penetration with Forge Strike and Smelter's Wrath, and fire penetration with Forge Strike and Smelter's Wrath. Getting the crit strike with two-handed weapons. minion stun immunity. I would probably lose this. I'd take this out if I don't play the minion stuff. More damage per mana cost, armor shred chance, and minions get all that other stuff. Taking this, getting the max forged weapons. Yeah, like all the new stuff seems really good. Because I wasn't using volatile reversal, I'd have no points into here and 15 points into here to get more fire penetration and more attunement. I figured I would need so much attunement because of my lack of mana. Not using Sigils of Hope. I could use Sigils of Hope. That's what I'm kind of thinking about as another version of the build. Just a kind of multi-strike, forge strike kind of setup with just nothing but buffs. Like you'll have Healing Hands. You'll have Healing Hands is your traversal skill, right? Because we're using this. We dash to the target location with a 6-second cooldown, but the cooldown doesn't work on the trigger, and the trigger just happens all the time. So it's additional fire damage as well on top every time we're swinging multi-strike. Multi-strike is healing us, and then I'd probably take this for the forge strike thing, so I can swing it as every time multi-strike maxes out. Then replacing forged guard, or replacing armor with sigils, and replacing void cleave with where's it at? Volatile reversal or shield. Shields might be good. Volatile reversal is a lot of damage though, and a lot of attack speed. Sigil, I'm not sure if sigils would be better or shields, because sigils gives me percent damage and flat fire damage, and it's no cooldown, so I can keep it up all the time. And volatile reversal, why did I keep doing that? And volatile reversal has a pretty long cooldown, but the cooldown is reduced to almost nothing because of you're not teleporting back. The problem is volatile reversal. It's kind of annoying because you teleport backwards sometimes. So using one of those 3 buffs might be the play. Other builds I was thinking about after reading the patch notes is the Meteor Sorcerer, because they looked like they buffed mana a crap ton. So going like full Meteor Sorcerer, and just getting crap tons of meteors to fall from the sky, making sure they're, it's meteors like what, over 100 something mana cost, 126 mana cost. Because of this, getting focused to just, get the mana back really fast, get some health back. Mana Strike, making it where I can get a lot of mana back really quickly on a cooldown. Flame Ward, standard Flame Ward, and Teleport giving me a free, free Meteor. And then with all the Meteor as extra ward, and being able to use mana as another defensive layer, this might be a fun build. And the other thing is, the other one that made me look at was the Shaman, like using Avalanche to trigger Earthquake and Upheaval, and then having Upheaval as a totem that summons, and then Upheaval also buffs the Furious Leap. And then you get to use Earthquake on your next leap, and then having Earthquake, where's Earthquake? Earthquake, which appears around the aftershocks appear around totems, which you are summoning from Upheaval, and you get to have more Earthquakes whenever a boulder hits. So you get more aftershocks whenever the avalanche boulders hit. Or the aftershocks cause boulders to fall from avalanche, which causes more earthquakes and causes more totems to summon. And then leap, I'm not sure about leap. I haven't figured. Like leap, you cast upheaval on landing, which means you summon another one of these things, which summons another earthquake. Gathering Storm, I'm not really sold on keeping. I'm probably not going to use Gathering Storm because Avalanche is a channeling skill. So essentially, you're running around channeling Avalanche, and then you leap, and then you channel Avalanche, and then you leap, and then you channel Avalanche. But I don't know what skill I would fill that last slot with. Maybe a companion? I don't know. Maybe summon Wolf or something, or Warcry. I'm honestly not sure. I don't really know much about Shaman. Warcry seems like it'd be a good one. But those are my 3 kind of builds right now. I think I'm going to swap out of things, and I have a wild toddler on me, so I'll talk to you next time after I come up with some more.